No, I'm not watching it.
All right.
Click the
Okay.
video.
All right. I guess the video didn't run. I ran it on my end. Welcome to a Charm City Heavyweights combo show with.
Fuck.
You all right there, buddy? You all right there, Adam? This is a Driving to the Top Productions combo show with Charm City Heavyweights Sports Talking It. I'm the host, Matt Trigger. With me is a myriad of guests. I got Brian Ellis from No Bull Sports, Kyle Andrews,
How you
former
doing?
1057, the contributor for the fan. Got my producer Adam for Sports Talking It. He is the CEO of Driving to the Top Productions. And we got Raven Superfan and amateur photographer Trippy Kicko. What's going on,
Trippy.
fellas? What's going on,
What's
fellas?
going on? What's going
What's
on
up,
with
man?
y'all?
What's up?
That was
I don't. Yeah. What's going on, guys? My computer fucking sucks, and I'm ready to fucking punch it. I don't know what was going on there the whole time.
So,
I'm trying to tell Matt to run. I was trying to tell Matt to run the video because
mine wasn't
mine
even
wasn't
working
doing
either.
shit.
Mine wasn't. Let's not even worry about it, man.
Technical
So
difficulties.
anyway,
We got
we
past
missed
it,
the
man.
opening video, but look at that. We're all on screen now. Let's roll.
Yeah. This is the Ravens
So
show. We're doing as part of Driving to the Top. Adam's been covering every team in every division for the better part
except
of
for the
3 weeks
Bengals, I
now.
couldn't get any fucking Bengals because Bengals suck.
They
Anyway,
don't work. They don't matter right now.
well,
This is
no, they
this is the
don't.
road to this is the
Fuck
road
them.
to Vegas start of the NFL preseason. We have been in training camp for the better part of 2 weeks now, and
Yep.
the season's getting started. The Ravens had Jadeveon Clowney in for a visit today. He is expected to sign, according to some reports, to bolster the defensive line. I'm looking forward to the season. Trippy, you were at training camp every single day. You were always ever so present with everything that has to do with the Ravens. How'd they look today?
Um, I mean, the offense looked pretty good today. I don't think they really did so much, like because I guess it was. I mean, it was wearing shorts and shirts. So, and actually, I ain't been to all the practice. I think I went the first 4 days. I went one day last week, like last Wednesday, and I went this week. And I probably go back to the Commanders joint practice. But I mean, so far we looking good. I just got question marks with the CB2. That's my only question. But so far, from what I'm saying, we looking good. Just hope everything, go well in the season. We stay healthy. And I mean, we should make this run, like what y'all say, the road to Vegas. We should be going to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hopeful.
But my bad. Also,
Saturday.
the the difference I see between last year training camp and this year, I know we had Greg Roman. But one thing I see about Todd Martin, like, say if the receiver mess up or like anybody on the offense mess up, he's running to him. He's like, having communication with him. I ain't really see that with Greg Roman. Not to talk bad about Greg Roman, but I just see like a different, like, I just see more energy. Like the players seem more excited. You know what I mean? So we gotta see what happens.
You're absolutely right.
Saturday they had to be really excited with 4 interceptions.
That was
Defense.
that
Then the
I'm
offense.
just
Then the offense took over on
that was a
Monday.
rough day of practice.
Yeah.
It was a rough
How
day.
y'all
No,
felt
but
the
then the offense
quarterback?
looked better on Monday.
How y'all
What's
felt about the
that?
4 INTs? Like, was y'all worried? I say, how y'all felt about him throwing 4 INTs during practice? Like, was you worried
So,
or?
so based off of like what I heard, not really, because I mean it sounded like it was third and long, and defense is pinning their ears back, and then you got, not to mention they know the defense already. Ravens don't know
Right.
their offense, so they're trying to work on the third and long offenses on short notice. They're still trying to learn their offense, so people are trying to find their spots, understand pass protection, all that other stuff. So I understand why he's not gonna do as well as he usually does. So I'm not as concerned. I know there's something because everybody's giving Dak crap too, like in Dallas. And I understand Dak has kind of earned it, and they're not running a different offense. But like, it's hard to play quarterback in practice. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Even in high school, me and Matt know about it at St. Joe. Even at high school, it's hard to play quarterback in practice because they know exactly where everything's going. Your defense is
Thanks.
sometimes you're running first team O versus first team D. They know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what they're doing. But the thing is with defense is not designed as much. Defense, you could freelance a little bit more. Offense, you know exactly what's coming every single time. So I think that's the biggest problem with trying to make sure that it's like, yeah, this is exactly what's gonna happen. That's not you can't project that Lamar is gonna do poorly if in a season just because of some practices. Like practice doesn't necessarily mean as much. I mean, it's the iron the stuff out. Like it's a process base. It's not a results based in practice. It's a process base. You want to work through the process, iron that stuff out, and then make the mistakes now instead of making them in the season. So I'm cool with it. I mean, make your mistakes now. You'll learn from them.
Yeah, and then also the other view of the other optimistic view of it is the defense getting 4 picks is good for them. I mean, that means they're reading a good quarterback and making a play. And like you said, Trippy, you know, like we got issues at corner. I don't know if Rocky Sin made one of those picks or not, but you know, that's definitely yeah, probably not. I did see though. I think Kyle Hamilton made one of them, didn't he? And that was like he like jumped the route pretty good. Like I love seeing that. Like Kyle Hamilton, if he takes that next step up, plays like first round pick, like he was at Notre Dame.
Pro
being at
Bowl.
Notre Dame,
I got going
everybody's
to
like,
the
this
Pro
guy's
Bowl this year.
yeah, and I mean, if and
He's
then
gonna be
and
a problem.
if he's a
Not
problem,
if they're playing in Vegas.
oh god. But you know, then you
Oh
have
yeah, right.
yeah, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. That'd be great. We have that means you have 2 safeties, Pro Bowl level safeties, because Marcus Williams is that. You know, when he's healthy, he's a great center fielder. So, yeah, man, you know, Lamar's got to learn this offense though. He's a $50 million quarterback, so he's going to be under a microscope.
Absolutely, Josh. Welcome to the show, buddy.
I have Cal Hamilton on my defense. Welcome, Josh. How are you, sir?
Whoa, stop the talking at the same time. One person at a time, guys. One person at a time. Coming live from the man cave. Let's try to be somewhat professional. Guys, I
We
got
missed
a
you,
whole
Josh.
different take. Hold on, I got a whole different take from what you guys had said about Lamar Jackson. As much as I want to agree with you guys, and as much as, you know, man, I really want to agree with you guys, but I just can't. The missed throws and the frustration scares me. I understand it's only training camp. I'm not panicking early. But the only reason it scares me is because that's been his issue his whole pro career, is accuracy. He has not proven that he is an accurate quarterback. You can pull up all the video clips you want on YouTube. I've had people do that. I break down every second of every game, and I've been doing it forever. He misses a lot of throws. I always say Seth Roberts. What was that dude a couple years ago we had from Oakland when we went 14-2? Was that? Yeah, Seth Roberts. If you watched that season on film, dude, he should have been in the Pro Bowl. He should have had like 10 touchdowns, all kinds of yards. He was just getting missed, man. Or Lamar didn't see him. He was wide open. So that does concern me because you pray to God during the offseason that's what he's working on. And I'm sure he was. I'm not saying he's not working hard. But he does have to prove he's accurate. I'm not saying he's not accurate sometimes, because sometimes that's what frustrates me is because he'll throw a fucking dime, drop it in over 3 people on the outside on the line, and it's beautiful. And then 2 plays later, it's 50 yards over somebody's head. So he's got, and I know quarterbacks are going to miss. It's nothing against him, but he does miss a lot, guys. Come on, if you don't think so, you're sadly mistaken. Look it up.
Hey, Josh, I agree with you. That's why I think. Oh, my bad. That's why I think a lot of fans on Twitter be like, "Oh, you hate Lamar." I'm just being real.
No, yeah, it's the truth.
He's definitely the dominant. Like he's definitely a superstar, but
yeah,
it's some plays he left on the field. Like, to be honest with you, sometimes he'll force the ball to Mark Andrews when the wide receiver to the left might be open. You know what I mean? Like,
He
there
does.
was plenty of times I saw. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like James Prochet, but I mean, it was plenty of times he was wide open. We could talk about Tylen Wallace. Remember that Bengals game? He overthrew him. Like, you see what I'm saying? And plus, I think a lot of fans fail to realize, although we won that game, Lamar threw 4 interceptions before in the game against the Browns. Y'all remember that game? And we still
That
won. I'm
Sunday night
surprised we
game.
won, but
The
we
Sunday
won.
night
You know
game.
what I mean? So I don't make no big deal about it, but I do
Was that
feel
the
you,
game he
Josh.
ran
Like,
into the end zone and
my
won it
thing
with
about
his feet?
I believe so.
and my thing about it is, like, I keep telling Ravens fans, yeah, y'all wanted Greg Roman gone. He's gone now. So now the pressure's gonna be on Lamar
Oh, yeah.
because we gotta
Oh, yeah.
you gotta see, is he gonna be able to hit these wide receivers? Is he gonna go through his progressions? Is he gonna keep forcing the ball at Andrews? You see what I'm saying? So now you got all these weapons. Show us what you got. You feel what I'm saying? Like, love Lamar to death, but he gotta make it click. You feel me? That's why Pat Mahomes is so nice, even when certain things not, you know what I mean? He could just make things
He's
look
ridiculous.
smooth. So I just hope
Yeah.
everything, you know what I mean? I hope everything works. But I
That's
ain't
why
making
I
no
wish-
big deal about the 4 interceptions,
Well,
though, because that's what training
Real
camp
quick,
Yeah.
did Monday makings feel a little better? 7-on-7 going 14, 12-14, and then 11-on-11. I think he went 14 of 18, and none of the quarterbacks to pick on Monday. Did that makings feel a little better?
Yeah, but it's more about consistency because that's his pattern, right? That's what he does. He's accurate as a motherfucker, and then all of a sudden he like loses it. He loses his touch, especially on a deep ball. So I just want to see him do it more. Like, he's got no more excuses, like you said, buddy. He's got the money, he's got the weapons, he's got a different coordinator, that can actually call passing plays. So we'll see.
I still be seeing the sidearm too. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I still see him doing a little bit of sidearm throws. I don't know. Maybe it's
That's
just
a
me.
lack
I'm
of
not a big
mechanics.
fan of that. Yeah, I'm
It's a
not a
lack of
big fan of
it's a
that
la-
because I
it's a
still
lack of
see him doing
mechanics.
it. Whereas though, yeah, it's like,
Yeah, you gotta
wow.
be
But
you gotta be special. You gotta have a special arm to be able to do that. Like Mahomes or Rodgers. Rodgers can do it too. I mean Herbert every now and again, but like he doesn't have that elite arm
Yeah.
talent. He's gonna throw some ducks.
It
He
goes
throws a
high.
lot of ducks. That
He
is a
does.
problem.
He threw a duck to
I think the
Governor
pass to
Moore.
OBJ. I,
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know
the
if that
pass
was
to
a pass
OBJ,
or-
the top player of the game today, that was, I mean, it was a good pass, but it still was like a duck. You know what I mean? But
like a curveball. He
that's
threw it
what
like that.
that's what practice for. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to get used to it because, those beautiful dimes ain't going to be a lot. You know what I mean? His ball has a certain
Right.
spin to it. You're right. It does. He like flicks it. If you ever watch
He
him like
holds the
real slow,
ball weird. He
yeah,
holds the
he
ball
does.
weird. It's
He
like
does.
he has like the little top thing going, like how Kurt Warner
Yeah.
used to have it, where Kurt Warner would have his finger on the back of the ball like this, and he just kind of
Yeah,
push
like,
it. It's like a knuckleball a little bit.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And I don't know why he throws
He
I'm
it
held
like
sorry. I
that.
hate when he do that. I hate when he
Marino
do
held
that.
the
I
point
saw
of the
him do it
ball.
today. I was just mad.
Yep, that's exactly how Marino was too. Him, Kurt Warner, and Lamar all kind of do that ball. They put their finger on the
Held the
back
back
of
of
the
that ball like
right on the
that.
point. And that's
Mhm.
why knuckles sometimes, like Lamar's mechanics, sometimes I'm like, I wish he got a little bit more, maybe I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's what I guess they're thinking. They're like, you got to the NFL this way, you want the MVP this way. So maybe you don't want to mess with it too much. Because some guys, like, look at for instance, like I give it a baseball example, like, or this is kind of football too. You remember that year that Tom House, the USC's pitching coach, came and worked with Flacco that one year, and he fixed his like mechanics. Joe ended up having, I think, the second best year of his career that year. That was his second season, and so it's just things like that. Damn, grand slam.
Oh
Ah, man,
no!
Oh,
that's
you're ahead of
crazy.
me, bro. Oh,
Ah,
That's
he's got
crazy.
HD or
But
4K.
dang, that's crazy.
shit. Oh, my God.
That's sick. But
Can all hate the just Acuna got hit with the elbow, got taken out of the
Man,
game.
fucking kidding me.
That's
That's sorry,
crazy.
Batista.
Yeah.
God damn.
I just got that update on my phone. I just got that update. Since we went
Yeah.
since we
Big
went baseball
cheers,
real
bro.
quick.
Dang, man.
To
It's
kind
a
of
big
pivot away
series,
from
man.
Lamar.
Yeah, you guys are playing Houston, right?
Yeah.
You guys are playing.
Yeah.
Big deal, bro.
Valdez is pitching tonight for Houston, right?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was.
Who hit that grand slam anyway?
Well, I guess he was trash because
Kyle
we
Tucker.
started off 5-0.
Fucking Kyle Tucker.
That's crazy.
Oh,
This
Kyle
mu-
Tucker just hit a
This
grand
dude's
slam.
like 9 seconds ahead of me. I was like, ain't nobody hitting no fucking grand slam. Oh, shit. It's like, what's he watching?
Hey,
Well, to get back on track, fellas, I know everybody's watching the game right now, and Lamar was the focal
It's a
point
big
of the
game.
first, talking point. Adam, what were some of your notes that you wanted to share with us?
Well, I
Go
wanted
ahead,
to go
Adam,
over
buddy.
Clowney, what you guys thought about that, bringing him. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm talking Ravens tonight, Josh. You're probably loving this.
Oh yeah, Josh is absolutely in heaven
You
right
are
now.
the only Steelers fan I like, but I got to tell you a quick story, Adam. My new boss at work is a fucking Steelers fan from Pittsburgh, and she loves wearing her little Pittsburgh pin. And she was like, "Do you like it?" And I was like, "No, it's ugly as shit." I was like, "There's only one Steelers fan I like, Adam."
That's crazy, Adam. The whole time I've been in here, I never thought you was a Steelers fan, though.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
he's from there,
He-
though. But
but
he's from there. He's all right.
He's from there. He lives in Pittsburgh. Trippy.
No, I ain't trying to hear that. I got smoke with y'all.
I live right
I
outside
got
of
smoke
Pittsburgh.
with y'all and Najee, man.
Yeah,
That boy Najee, you talk to him, tell him Trip, you got smoke with him, man.
Oh yeah,
Man, took my
I'm
flag
up here.
last year, man.
You know what's sick
Adam,
though?
he
I'm in
re-
Steelers country too right now. I live in like, well, I mean, this is like half Eagles, half Steelers. I'm in State College, Pennsylvania now. I'm from Baltimore. Like everybody,
You were in the middle of it, Cal. You
I'm
were
right in the
dead
middle,
smacking
like dead smack in the middle of the state. Like I'm right there, and everybody's a Penn State fan in Pennsylvania, except for like a handful of people in Pittsburgh, and then people in Philly. They don't really care about Temple, but Pittsburgh, the Steelers
That's
fans
Villanova
here,
country, ain't it?
basketball, yeah, they don't really care about college football in Philly unless you're a Penn State fan. That's it. And I work at Penn State. I work at Penn State, but yeah, Penn State, that's like it. That's the team right there. But Steelers fans, they are everywhere. They're everywhere. Everybody's saying Yens. Everybody's saying, how about here we go Steelers. I hear that every day. I see my next door, 2 doors down, my neighbor is Steelers fans. My next door neighbor, she's a Steelers fan. I watch the game with them, and me and my fiance are literally the only 2 people from Baltimore.
That feels like
in the
hell,
entire-
man. That feels like hell.
It's crazy.
Hey, my next door neighbor is a Buffalo Bills fan, so I caught hell last year. So
over under
but,
the Steelers have their
and
first
they're all
losing
cocky
season
now,
under
like
Tomlin.
they've been good forever.
Hey, look, my dad, if he's listening, my dad's a Steelers fan, but I love you, Dad, but I can't. Like, yeah, you already know. My stepfather is a Ravens fan, so my stepfather is from Greenmount. He's a Ravens fan. So,
Oh yeah, shout out to your stepfather, man.
yeah, he's from Greenmount. You already know. Yeah,
your stepfather doing it right. I don't know about your daddy though,
Yeah,
man. Stepdaddy doing it cool, man.
my stepfather, So that Steelers, man,
All
there's
right,
too many of y'all. It's too many of y'all, man.
So, Adam, you were asking about Jadeveon Clowney. Adam.
Yeah, then we got into Grand Slams. Then we got into Trippy. I am a big Steeler fan, so I am doing a road tour. I could not be just a Steelers podcaster. It's too fucking boring. It's way boring.
Hey, I got you,
sticking
man.
to
But hey,
one sport, I can't do it. Pittsburgh.
Ravens.
When it comes to the potential addition of Jadeveon Clowney, I think it's going to be a good move. I think it's going to help replace Calais Campbell. It's going to give some veteran leadership that we lost in Justin Houston to the Carolina Panthers. Yeah. I think it's going to definitely bolster the team. He's not going to be the Jadeveon Clowney that came out of college 10 years ago. He's going to be a nice rotational piece.
Set the edge.
He can add set the
edge.
Be that nasty run defender, and he'll be able to spell Owe and Ojabo on certain situations. I'm all for it. If the money's the only thing that worries me is that Yannick Ngakoue just got $10.5 million from the Chicago Bears. So we got to figure out, is he going to be asking for something similar? Because we don't got that kind of money sitting around.
Yeah, they're not giving nothing like that, man.
I mean, if he's been on a market this long, there's no way he's getting that much money, right? That's my thought process.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't, if you've been this late, you've had a lot of other teams pass up on you. It's no way, you know.
Give him his little 3.2. Shit. Some incentives, he should be happy.
Yeah, some incentives, see what he could do. I mean, I like the move, but I don't know. I was kind of stuck on Van Noy, but I mean, if like I was telling people on Twitter earlier, if Clowney can come in and be like that run stop, but and be like a sack specialist, like remember how Demonville came in and like Demonville, I forgot how many sacks he had that 1 year.
10,
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just just come in there and contribute. Like just do your job. You feel me? You ain't gotta do all that extra stuff. Just come in and do your job. And I mean everything will work. And just hope he stay healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the first time he's been with like a winning team for a while. I mean, Seattle kinda, but I think he'll have that extra motivation too to fucking get his first Super Bowl, get his first ring. So I love the
Think Cleveland wasn't a winner?
Going to help.
Yeah,
What's
get
that?
to play Cleveland twice a year.
Yeah. He's like,
He get to play his. He get to play.
Man, I hate to fuck the Browns. Man.
You know
I hate
what?
the fucking
Come to
Browns.
think about it, how many teams did he play for? He only played for 3 teams, right?
Seattle,
He played in Houston,
Tennessee.
Houston,
And guess what?
Tennessee.
And guess what?
Houston,
We
Seattle,
played
and Cleveland.
Listen, we play. You know what? I think Eric definitely got that contract tomorrow. Because if you think about it, we played all them teams this year. How would it feel to play against your former teams, go off, and win a Super Bowl? It's only right. That's the script. That's the script. I think that's part of the script.
I agree.
Hey, Josh, how do you feel about it, man?
I think it would help me as long as the money's right. And if they gave him something stupid contract like $10 million, I'd be pissed. But yeah, I mean, if the money's right, yeah, we lost a lot of sacks. I know I always say Calais and Houston are old. You gotta see what we drafted and let guys play. But I didn't realize how many sacks. They said it on the radio today. We lost a shitload of sacks between them two dudes. So they need. I know he's not a sack guy, but he can come in and set the edge. I was happy to hear Oweh's been setting the edge while at practice.
He's a threat guy.
Yeah, he's a threat, and he can. We just need him to set the edge, really. Yeah. Even if we get him, I still want the D line addressed. Another veteran pass rusher. If there's anybody out there left that you can get just to throw in there. Yeah, Van
I would like to see Van Noy added too.
I'll say this:
me,
if Ojabo
D-line scares me.
If Ojabo and Owe hit to their potential to an extent, I mean, because Ojabo, I got to see a ton of him when I covered Penn State, because he played for Michigan and he was outstanding. I mean, he was tearing Penn State up, and as people know, Penn State's O-line, their O-line's good. This was first year I was up here, and he was the most impressive player on that Michigan team before he tore his Achilles at the combine. And I think that's one thing I look at him with Ojabo too. I mean, with Ojabo and Owe, they had that chemistry. They both went to the same high school. They've been friends ever since. I'm hoping, if I'm the Ravens, if Clowney, the big thing with him is that if he can get to any sort of semblance of what he was, and he still has the athleticism, I mean, you could use him in a bunch of different ways. Like, I like that NASCAR package that they used to have with when Wink was there. When Wink would throw in a defensive end at nose tackle and just have him pin his ears back, go after the quarterback. And sometimes, I mean, Clowney has the athleticism and the strength to do that. Maybe, you put him up against some bigger interior offensive linemen that don't know how to mess with his speed, and that's a good thing to have. You got some versatility on that D line that you didn't have in the past. So, they can make some things shake. We'll see what happens. I mean, I know if they go out and get another guy, it's really gonna put them over the top, though, I think.
Yeah. Did JPP officially retire yet?
Not yet. I think he's hanging around though. He might be one of those guys that sits around. He might be one of those guys that sits around for a little bit.
Hey man, he wasn't the old JPP last year, but he did his job and he made plays.
I like him.
He
I thought
showed flashes.
played.
He showed flashes of the old JPP.
He played pretty well. So
He did.
I'm not too worried about it. I want to let's move on a little bit. Jadeveon Clowney is going to be a good fit. I'm really concerned about this whole J.K. Dobbins saga heading into the season.
Nah, fucking being stupid.
It's really immaturity. It's a lot of just hurt feelings. The guy's played 23 games in 3 years, and if anybody knows how to do math correctly, that's just shy of 8 games a season. You're not going to get paid top 5 money playing 8 games a year. You finished the season on the IR 2 out of 3 years. You haven't been reliable, and now you want big money.
Did you see our Cleveland guys just talking all kind of smack?
His agent's got to be a moron. His agent's got to be a moron. I mean, his agent's got to be a moron. If his agent's not telling him, like, dude, this is a horrible idea, he's a moron. Or maybe Dobbins is like, no, this is what I want.
Yeah.
But his
He's
agent,
got to look at that running back talk.
He doesn't deserve it, and he doesn't deserve it yet. He hasn't been healthy. He hasn't proven himself. I know he has limited carries and da-da-da-da-da. He does play well when he's in there, but he does not. I mean, come on, bro. You got to put together a solid injury-free season for the most part to even ask for an extension. Come on. But that's part of that young guy mentality, his age group. That's kind of how they are right now. So he's going to learn his lessons because the Ravens can turn the page.
Are you trying to go off against the Gen Z and the millennials? Or are you giving me one of those?
I'm a little bit.
Hey, look, I'll tell you this right now about J.K. Dobbins. So this is the thing. I'm a pro-union guy, so I got to support the players on this, period, no matter what. Even if it's as cockamamie, as crazy as possible, that is not a strikeout. But I'm pro-union. And the thing is, like, the players put the product on the field. And I understand J.K., his situation, whatever, like, I think his situation is crazy. Like, I don't understand why he jumped in there thinking it was like, dude, you're not Saquon. Like, it's like one of those pictures. You see the 3 dragons where they got the 2 strong dragons, and then you got the 3rd dragon looking derpy. J.K. Dobbins is looking like the 3rd dragon that's looking derpy. Because I don't know why he does not fit in. He's not Saquon. He's not, these other. He's not Derrick Henry. And I'm not trying to say Saquon. I mean, JK's not a good back. He is, but what he's trying to get is insane to me for like what he's accomplished so far in his career. But at the same time, I'm still on his side because running backs don't get paid. They might not get a second contract. You might only be able to get one contract, and that sucks. If you're a great back, and then you have they can figure out, okay, well, our back's valuable. This is my biggest thing. If J.K. Dobbins can be more valuable if he's used differently. Greg Roman did not use backs as receivers. So if you don't use backs as receivers, how are you going to be more valuable? So if I'm JK, I'm pissed because now I'm not going to be able to get my money because you're not using me for EP. Like my EPA is down because you're saying, all right, well, I'm not going out wide. You're not using me to the fullest of my abilities. So how am I going to be able to get paid for my next contract? Because I think personally, if I'm JK, I'm like, look, I think I could get some touches like how Christian McCaffrey does. I'm not saying I can beat Christian McCaffrey, but I'm saying I could get those touches where I'm lined up in a multitude of positions. Because if you get lined up as a running back, as a wide receiver, you get lined up in a slot, that makes you way more valuable because now you're a pass catcher. And if you can't get those spots, if you can't get lined up like that, I'd be pissed. And now Todd Monken's in there. I think Todd Monken's going to use him more in that situation if he does play. But it's all a contingency of him playing. I think running backs have been more. I don't think that running backs are less valuable. I think that the coaching staffs are not using running backs to the best of their ability. Because running backs, I can tell you right now, I've seen running backs every day from the youth level learn how to play wide receiver. They know how to run the ball through the tackles. They know how to take tosses. They know how to play option football. And you're telling me that they know the entire route tree as running backs. And you're telling me that they only could get one contract. That's crazy. They're not using them to the best of their ability. And so if I'm JK, I'm pissed because I'm like, I should be getting more for what I can offer to the team. But I'm not going to get that, and I'm going to get passed over for some young running back that all he does is run the ball through the tackles, but he just listens to everything the coach says. So
But
that's
it's
my
not
rant on JK.
production. But it's not production. It's injury. He's been hurt. Like if
Well, I
he put
understand.
together 3 solid seasons, I'd
I
be all
understand.
like, yeah, give him a raise. But
Yeah,
he hasn't. He
I
hasn't.
I understand on that notion. I 100% understand. I'm just saying, like as a whole with running backs, like I'm not necessarily saying JK is right for
What
like
is that static
asking
on?
the money asking for the money for the lack of production that he's had and because of the injuries, like you said. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
as a running back, that's how I'm thinking about it. Because I'm like, he
Yeah, I
hasn't
get that.
gotten used
I get that.
when he
He
was
has.
healthy. They didn't use him fully in that way, and I think he can be to that. I mean, he could be a JK can do that. I think he could do some of those things because I personally think I'll be real with you. As much as I think Austin Eckler is a great back, but I think JK is his ceiling's higher than Austin Eckler's ceilings is, in my opinion. So I think if he can play on the team, if he can play and he can get in those positions where he's split out in the slot and wide and used as a weapon instead of just a running back, now you got a chance to make some big money, but that's contingent on them actually using him like that. So I see what you're saying. Like I 100% agree with you. For the injuries, no, you should not. It's no way you're going to be able to get that money. But I see as a whole
So
what the
look,
running backs
let
are
me
pissed off about.
let me chime in real quick because I don't know if y'all know JK. That's my guy. You feel me? Like that's my dog. And we really talk about this. I don't really like to get personal about it, but my thing is right, and this is my opinion, right? Since JK came, he was basically like what the third running back. He came in, he was doing this thing. You feel me? What he was averaging like 6 yards a pop, 8 touchdowns, which was cool, right? Then of course, the Ravens they let him play the against the Redskins. He get hurt, cool. Then he come back the following year, but this is my first time saying it. What bothers me is right. All right, last year when he was hurt, I remember the first day of training camp, I saw JK out there working out, doing his thing. The training staff ain't want him out there. You get what I'm saying? They ain't want him out there. Oh, chill back. You know what I mean? This and that. Then I think he finally came back against the Patriots. You could tell like he was there, but he wasn't there. You feel me? So after the Giants game, he got the scope. I ain't gonna lie, for JK to come back off the scope, mind you, we played the Steelers. 120 yards. You get what I'm saying? Then week 18, I'm thinking my man gonna play. He come out, he not even suiting up. So the first thing I'm thinking is, oh, you know what? They gonna feed JK next week in the playoff game. I was at the I was talking about this. It was when JK came up the field, him and Gus was going at it. To this day, I ain't asked him what was going on. I don't know what it was.
I
Like, I
remember
don't know
that.
if it was like play calling, but you could tell like they was frustrated, right? So
Mhm.
my thing is, even they kept taking JK out, they wasn't using him right. And from the talks of it, it's just like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, I know people keep saying, "Oh, he want big money." I don't think he want big money. You just want a decent contract, whereas though he can, what I mean, show himself. I know everybody keeps saying, "Oh, come on," because if anybody knows, JK can easily be. He even told me this. If the Ravens use him right, like Kyle just said, he could easily be a top 5 running back. But it's like they're
Yep.
not using him against
Yeah, and
against the Browns last year, right away. He going he going off, right? What happened? They stopped using him in the fourth quarter. It's just like I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. Like, if that was another team playing us, like for instance, Najee Harris last year. Najee Harris wasn't getting that many yards, but guess what they kept doing? Feeding him because he was feeding off you feel me? The more he got the ball. So I don't know. I just pray my man because all I'm gonna say is he be ready week 1, but I just pray everything get good because it's like Raven fans now. Oh, he been hurt. I mean, we could say the same thing about Lamar. I mean, I hate to say that though, but
yeah,
can
that's
we?
fair.
I mean, we
That's
agree.
fair.
Yeah, I mean, they listen. They two different positions though, but I mean, like, I mean, I hate to say it, like, if Lamar go back down, I'm gonna put it like this, right? Although we didn't have Lamar for the playoff game, we could have won the game with JK by himself. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But once again, the Ravens, we stopped doing that. We doing a quarterback sneak on second and whatever it was when we could have, you know what I mean? But it's a new season. I pray everything go good. And I don't know. I just go based off of last year. That first day I saw JK and the trainers was like, hey, chill out. So now it's a big problem when he ain't out there now. But I do feel like he should be out there with the team. But I feel like when week one come, everybody gonna be talking about JK Dobbins. You feel me? Like, I don't know how much he gonna get paid, but you know what I mean?
I think a lot of what you're saying.
Well, my bad.
You're fine. I like this is hitting home with me because I've been thinking this for a while that it's been like a bit of a strategic move for like come contract time. You don't have the leverage, like you're saying, like they're kind of making him a situational back for the last 3 years when Gus has not been healthy enough to be like a feature back. They want to. I'm also very interested to see, and I want to hear you guys' opinion, like as we go on, about how much you guys think Lamar's going to be running now with all this money. Because I think there's going to come a time where the coach may want to ride his legs a little bit, and Lamar is very headstrong dude. He may be like, "I'm good, man. I think we should throw the ball."
I don't think it's going to be that situation.
You think so? I don't know.
I don't think so because the way this offense is built, from what we've been seeing so far, and the pieces we added. Lamar should be running under worst case scenario. Maybe the occasional QB power or something like that, but you got too many people around him now that are accustomed to catching and running the ball to where Lamar should be using his legs as a leisure and as a adding factor to the offense and not the focal point of the offense in like previous years.
I agree with that. And I'll even chime in on this too. I think Lamar's going to be. I agree,
Matt.
Yeah, he'll be used more akin to like how Randall Cunningham was with the Eagles, where he's like, he might scramble out of the pocket to extend the play, but he's still tossing the ball off into somebody's hands. And not to mention, like you said, Trippy, like he has weapons out of the backfield too. JK's there. When JK's back. Hey, look, him and Gus, you got their legs to work with. You got the receivers that they had. They had the tight ends. I mean, I just think they have too many weapons to like. Yeah, Lamar will go and scramble, and I think they'll try to make sure he gets out of bounds a little bit more if he does scramble. But I don't think it'll be those 100-yard, 40-yard touchdowns unless he can do it. Unless he has a breakaway touchdown, then I don't think that'll be the case. So,
can you guys just imagine if Lamar can get like somewhat consistent with his accuracy? If he has that and his legs, man, like DBs will be fucked if they turn their hips or keep their hips straight. You know what I mean? They'll be he could go to a whole nother level because right now, as much as I love Lamar, I don't put him on that elite level yet. To me, he's kind of like on like the same level as like Kirk Cousins. He just doesn't do it in the postseason.
Kirk Cousins,
damn,
yeah,
dude,
man, they don't do it. They don't do it.
I agree with that.
That's a tough one.
Kirk Cousins would be
no. Lamar won an MVP. You cannot put him. You cannot.
And
put
that loss to the fucking
That's
Titans
awesome.
he should have beat. He choked. Did he not?
Let me explain.
But I'm saying he has a good.
Cousins should have had an MVP though.
And sits in the postseason. That's the same as Kirk Cousins.
What has happened to Lamar?
The Ferrari.
Look, this is what I tell people about the playoffs. Like that year that Buffalo season when they lost against Buffalo, that O-line looked like Swiss cheese. Let's be real. I mean, we saw the bad snaps, and this is the thing: we saw the bad snaps, and then other people came in. Lamar got rocked. O-line was
no.
garbage.
Come on now.
That
You're
O-line
being
was
easy on
awful.
him.
He threw a pick in the
Buffalo
red
shut
zone.
the middle
He did
down,
throw a red
and
zone pick. He
and
wasn't
Lamar
good.
couldn't go outside.
He wasn't good at all. But I'm just saying, like that Titans game,
They took away Andrews because in the playoffs they take away Andrews and he can't and he has not been able to go outside.
How much
that
do you
is
think
the
that is from
And see,
Roman's lack
and
of
that was his
design for the
fault. All
offense?
he
I'm
had to do
praying
was
to
make
God
the
it
left.
was all
His feet
Roman,
was
bro.
wide
I hope I'm wrong, and it was all Roman. I hope y'all say, "See, you're an idiot." I swear that's what I want. I'm just saying what
I
I
know.
the true feelings. He hasn't shown it
Oh,
yet.
no,
He hasn't.
He hasn't because I think the problem with Lamar. I'll say this. This is the biggest thing I see with Lamar is that it feels like he gets disengaged when stuff isn't going his way, and that's my biggest gripe about him. However, I will say this offense that he has now, like Trippy said, and like everybody else has said, if he's engaged and Todd Monken's out there running around telling people this is where you need to be, Lamar's gonna feel that energy. He's one of those dudes that feeds off of other people's energy. And if other people that's the thing. Lamar is more of an introverted guy. He's not a rah-rah guy. That's just not. I mean, he does get excited, but he's not, he's more of an introvert. And the thing is, he's gonna feed off of other people's energy. He's not gonna personally make up his own energy and be able to just go. But the thing is, he has the talent and he is smart. Once he reads through this offense, and Monken's gonna give him way more reads to work with, and then he's also gonna allow him to bisect things with more boots and things like that. Because Stetson Bennett, when he had that offense, he had the play action. He's going bam, bam, bam. He has 3 reads to make. Lamar can make those reads in 2 seconds. Then he can go back door. You got another pass going back down that way. That's why I'm like, yeah, I would love to see it. But you're right. I mean, I think he needs to get better. But Kirk Cousins, come on, man. He's tough.
Look. My comparison is strictly both of them have good regular seasons, and then once they get to the postseason, they're not the same guy. Look,
I would have said Cam Newton before I would have said Kirk Cousins, and I'm talking about prime
Cam Newton got to a Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, but prime
and got blown out.
But he got there. I want to get to a Super Bowl too with him. Like I just want him to prove it, man. I want him to do it. That's
on
all
the
I
bed
want.
after that Super Bowl.
Look, people.
I just want him to
Jackson
do
around
it, bro.
Greatest quarterback of all time. Go.
I think he can do it. I want him to.
Good tracker in the fucking play.
Lamar could be Randall Cunningham, in my opinion. I wrote this 5 years ago when he got drafted. I said Lamar could be Randall Cunningham. And the thing is, he could be Randall Cunningham that wins the Super Bowl if he buys all the way in. If he does, because he has the talent now.
I think he's going to buy in this year. This is the year.
There's no excuses. You got your money. You got your weapons. You got at least a decent O-line. Ronnie Stanley's healthy the whole season. I think that's the biggest difference right there.
He looks cool as shit in his helmet and pads, Ronnie Stanley.
Yeah, Ronnie Stanley's healthy the whole season. Sky's the limit for that offense because, like, I love my left tackles. And I'll tell you right now, Ronnie Stanley, top 5 left tackle in the league. And
easy.
That's because you're a left tackle, Kyle. Stop the bias.
Well, yeah, I mean, look. I'm telling you right now.
You were 6 foot in high school. You were a left tackle. We know.
I was a left guard in high school. You know, they had me playing inside for no reason. I'm 6'7". How am I playing inside?
I played the same position you did, buddy.
Yeah, makes no sense. I had to. Look, I wanted to play the $100 million position, and Ronnie Stanley plays left tackle like $100 million man. So I think having him being healthy, that's outstanding. I think he is the catalyst for that offensive line being great, and I think that because you have a healthy Ronnie Stanley, Lamar's gonna be at the top of his game because he has that guy in front of him protecting him. Now, left guard, I'm still concerned about that. But Linderbaum's there. You still got Zeitler, who's great. Morgan Moses is there too. That's gonna bring some continuity. Hopefully, Falele can take a next step and they'll be fine. So we'll see.
Speaking of the offensive line, there you go, Brian. I was gonna transition right into that. Patrick Ricard, come week 1, will be our starting left guard.
I was gonna ask that question too, Matt.
I'll talk on that. Yes, I think he very possibly could. If you really think about like the transition it takes from what he's been doing in the offense already to move into left guard, I mean, he's already been, he gets a little bit of running start at the fullback, but he's got, I don't know. I just feel like it'll be a pretty simple transition. He's been dealing with D tackles, interior D linemen for the last few years, running head on with them. And he's been communicating with that same line for a long time too. You got to understand that he's got the chemistry,
Yep.
I think, as well. So
You talking about
I don't
Pat,
think
right?
it'll be easy.
Yeah,
But who? I
Project
mean,
Pat.
yeah.
Oh
Who
yeah,
else would? Who else would be there?
I was checking him. I was telling people on Twitter today. I was kind of upset I couldn't have my phone out to record something, but I was actually watching him work out with the offensive bad. And like I was telling some Raven fans, like he used to be a D tackle, so I don't think the transformation would be too hard for him. You see what I'm saying? And like I forgot who just said it because I came back and my phone shut off. But whoever said like he used to be a fullback, like one thing about Project Pat, he love that bang. You feel me? So I don't think it'd be hard. And like I was telling some people, even we got like I know we ain't gonna use fullback like that, but if we got like certain goal line sets for him,
like hey, look on my screen, Trippy is present.
Nah, he's back. He's back in.
Yeah, he's back in.
Yeah, he's back. Yeah.
I agree with them though. Like if Pat is in there and he's played D line, I understand that like as an interior defensive lineman, you're leaning over a little bit more. Like as an offensive lineman, you gotta be a little bit more set. But it's not that different considering that like Pat has played tight end a little bit in the pass offense. So that means you've had to block from the inline position. Fullback, you got to block, and you're hitting guys that are interior defensive linemen a lot of times because you're trying to lead block. So he understands all the blocking that you need to do as a left guard. The only thing is, if he is the starting left guard at any point during the season, he's gonna. The only thing I wonder how beefed up he is because like 305.
I heard he picked up about 10 or 15 pounds.
Okay, 10 to 15 pounds. That's honestly good because if he's like 315, 320, he's set. Because because he's a solid dude anyway. That's the thing. And he's going to be an athletic offensive lineman. So the thing is, you could use him in more pulls and stuff. And that offense that they have as is, they pull. I mean, Todd Monken pulls a ton in that offense.
Hey, Trippy, is he still wearing 42?
Yeah. I was telling Ravensfly earlier on Twitter, man, he might have to switch to 62.
I was gonna say he could be like that, and he could be that eligible receiver on the line.
William the Refrigerator Perry.
Pat Ricardo pull around that corner, though.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What about pass protection though? Like, what if we gotta pass the ball?
I think he would be all right.
Well, to be honest,
we don't know.
Well, I was
just checking the off. I'm in drills out, so I didn't get a chance to really see like what his passing was doing. But I was telling people maybe Saturday we might see him at offensive line, but I don't know because he's just coming back from the injury reserve. I mean the pub list. So I don't know, but I do want to see it. Like, because to be honest with you, I don't know about y'all. I'm kind of done with Ben Cleveland. So if Pat can fill in, like, let's see what happens.
Yeah, a big country guy, big country boy. That was like his thing when he came in. He was just like super strong, but ever since, he hasn't made any hype.
He's not athletic.
He's not athletic. That's the problem. As an offensive lineman, you can't be stiff in the NFL. Like,
no,
this is. I'll take something from a guy that's on 105.7. He doesn't have enough bend. That's the thing that I look at with.
That's what it is. He ain't got enough bend.
Yeah, his bend isn't.
Even when he was doing the little drills today, the little drills. I mean, I know y'all played lineman, Matt, Kyle. Like, what's the little thing? Like, they got the little bars down. You gotta stoop down, like you in the office.
That's the chutes. The chutes, the metal chutes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You
got City.
Ben Cleveland, bro. It just seemed like he got a problem bending his knees. Like, I don't, bro. I just feel like you being that big, bro. Like, you should be able out there just manhandle him.
Hey, look, if the Ravens, somebody needs to put me in touch with the Ravens with Eric DeCosta. Somebody give him a call. I'll play O-line for the Ravens tomorrow. I'll play. Look, give me.
I think all three of us would.
Look, get me beefed up. I'm 6'7" and 310 right now. Get me beefed up to about 325. I'll play O line. Get me at left guard. I could do something. I'll get
you
on the
got
practice
Ben. You
squad.
got Ben.
I could bend. Look,
He does.
I play left guard. That's the
We
thing.
need
Like
Ben.
I play. Look, I'd love to be back out there. But like all jokes aside, yeah, that's the thing with Ben Cleveland is that he doesn't. It's like, does he do power cleans?
I
Because
don't even know.
I mean,
Lift
because I
tails
look at
ahead.
him and I'm like, this dude is he's massive up top. Like this is a big, strong dude up top. But then I'm like, it's like his legs aren't. I don't know if he doesn't do plyometric.
I think it's his feet. Just like I don't know. It's like he walked like a penguin sometimes. Like
Yeah, that's true. I've seen it. Because like when he got drafted, I looked at him and I'm like, I don't know. Because like Ben Powers he just wasn't like Ben Powers wasn't like explosive. But
right, that's what
he could move. But Ben Cleveland can't move. If he can move, imagine all that weight if you can move it. And that's the thing. He has the strength. He just is like he's so stiff.
Yeah, and you can't in our offense. You got to be. You're pulling all the time. Seems like.
Staying on the offense before we switch over to talk about the defense a little bit. The wide receiver room is very crowded right now. You have obviously Odell Beckham Jr. we brought in for $15 million, $18 million, with incentives. You have Zay Flowers, who you drafted in the first round this year. You have Rashad Bateman, who you drafted in the first round 3 years ago now. And you have Nelson
still
Aguilar,
out?
who's turning heads. Yeah, I think Bateman's still hurt. You have Nelson Aguilar, who's made a great impression with the local media with his play so far. You have James Prochet and Devin Duvernay as the other holdovers. We claim Mekhi Polk off waivers from the New York Giants. You have Shamar Bridges coming back. It's a crowded wide receiver room, but Tylan Wallace. It's a crowded wide receiver room, but
Demas is there. Don't forget
the Maryland kid. Yeah, Dante Demas, the Maryland kid. The Ravens are famous for keeping an occasional undrafted free agent on the team. I personally believe that this might be the offseason where you see, or the preseason where you see Prochet go. I don't see Prochet having a spot on this team. He doesn't play special teams. I personally believe that Duvernay might be trade fodder for somebody that needs a wide receiver. He's making $4.5 million, and if he's that far down the depth chart, you cannot keep somebody on the bench just to be a return man at $4.5 million.
But who
that's
do you
just
put
me
as the return man? That's my question to you.
I don't even think he's going to be the starting return man because they love Justice Hill in that role.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
I agree with you, Matt. Because at the remember Eddie, he scored against the Dolphins. Somebody brought it to my attention. I had to think about it because when I went to the game, I used to always say he don't look explosive like he used to. Like I want an explosive kick returner. Like I don't want all that. You know what I mean? Like that's
he
just
pulled
like,
up a lot.
I want to see what's the dude named Mitchell.
Keaton Mitchell. He's a second generation Raven. His father was Anthony Mitchell. Anthony Mitchell from the 2000 Super Bowl team, and Keaton Mitchell had one of the fastest recorded 40 times out of all running backs in the college ranks last year. He's dynamite. The thing is, it's a numbers game at this point because Harbaugh loves keeping around young running backs, but he also has a penchant to keep an occasional veteran, especially somebody like Melvin Gordon. If Gordon holds on to the ball and doesn't have any fumbling issues, I'm not saying he's a lock to make the team, but he's going to get some consideration. So Keaton Mitchell might be sitting on the practice squad until mid-year, but I don't see Duvernay sticking on this team, especially when we're talking to the Commanders to potentially acquire Chase Young or Kendall Fuller, of somebody of that nature.
That'd be a huge grab.
So,
hey, look, if you could get Kendall, that would be great. He's a Baltimore kid too. Went to Woodlawn.
Absolutely.
So I mean, well, no, he's from Woodlawn. My bad. I play. We played with his brother. We played with his older brother, so we know what kind of He'd be a good slot guy, I think. But they need
Absolutely.
They need a number 2. I mean, this is a good transition in defense, though, because it's like that number 2 corner position. That scares me. From
It
the
does.
Ravens, it should scare them. I mean, they don't have any depth at that position, and it seems like it's starting to chalk up to kind of be like how the 2014 season was, which I'm concerned about because you didn't address cornerback enough that season, and there were so many injuries that I think it completely depleted any semblance of depth that you had, and you had to start getting guys off the street. We all know about that 2014 team that, like, I'll tell you right now, if they had any cornerback play that was decent, that might have been a Super Bowl team too, because they were giving the Patriots hell that season.
That
Mhm.
I
was
mean,
that the year we was up. That was the year we was up. What 2 touchdowns? We kept
yeah.
like this.
Deflategate.
Oh,
Mhm.
Rashawn Melvin. And
That's when I lost
yeah,
respect for Torrey Smith. He didn't go up for the fucking
Well,
ball.
Tory was hurt too.
But he didn't go up for the ball.
Well, I know he couldn't. That was the thing. His ankle gave out on him.
No.
Like I remember that because I remember after, you know how stuff always leaks out after the season is over, but they gave him Toradol, all that stuff. He couldn't jump. His ankle was this fat after the game. And Tory, I know he's not a person that's gonna make any excuses for himself. That's just the kind of guy he is. But his ankle was this fat. It was.
Well, listen, man.
He's
I saw him at Jimmy's Famous Seafood like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he was with his family. I would never say anything. You know, I was with my family too. But all I was thinking was, you motherfucker, you didn't jump up for the ball. Because I feel the same way about you.
Look,
because look,
his
hey,
ankle
I
looked
feel
like
the
my
same. I know he
thigh.
helped us win the
It looked
Super
like
Bowl.
my
I know he
thigh,
helped us
bro.
win it. And I know he helped us win the Super Bowl. You know, I appreciate him for all that. You know, but that's all. That was just because I agree with you. That 2014 year, that was the Deflategate year. We would have fucked. We should have beat the Patriots. They made that against the rules, whatever the hell they did. They cheated, the motherfuckers.
Mhm.
And, you know, we would have smoked
Man,
the
we
fucking
had that
Colts the
game
next
won.
week in the AFC Championship. We would have. I always tell Matt, Joe should have had 2, man.
Yeah.
Well, then they played.
Hey,
Against,
Josh,
they
you know
played
what
against
made
the
me mad
Broncos,
about
right?
that game?
Hmm.
Like, we was up 14 and we really had them beat. Like, the Patriots didn't know what to do with us. Then they hit us with a trickery play. Like, what the?
Yeah, they were fucking around with the eligible receiver shit, and the NFL, as
Yeah,
soon
that's
as the
the
Caesars
play.
ever made it illegal.
You remember Harbaugh tried to do the same thing the next season and got in trouble for it?
Yeah,
Yep.
because they
Yeah.
made it illegal.
It was
They
so
found the
wrong.
loophole in the fucking record. And they found the loophole in the damn rules. We were confused. You ever listen to the mic'd up in that game? Like, dudes were confused as shit. Like, who is it? Who is it? Like, and like nobody knew what to do.
That's just circling back though to what I was initially saying, is that cornerback situation scares me because that's what it reminds me of.
Me
If they
too.
are up by 25, let's say the Ravens are up by 3 touchdowns, and you know something could happen because we saw it happen last year against the Dolphins.
Against Miami.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
scared.
yeah.
And I mean, Buffalo, they
Oh,
saw
that
it
was
happen.
terrible.
And that's the
That was
thing. They
terrible.
had better cornerbacks then. Now the cornerback situation is way more of a dire situation.
I
And you
wanted
have
Peters
less
back,
depth.
guys. I wanted
I'm
Peters
not gonna
back
lie, I
so
did
bad.
too. Because
God,
Peters
I
Hey,
wanted him back. Because
Peters-
like the first year on the ACL is rough, man, and he still played. I mean, he wasn't the same, but he still played decent. You know, so I just imagine this year he would look a lot more like Peters again. You know, I don't know. But
I agree.
he nailed his coffin when he tried to play Harbs, and apparently the drama with him and Lamar, and so he was done. But it's a shame because I liked Peters, man.
I don't know. Rock your sin, man. The name is so cool. You know, he can if he plays well, there could be so much fanfare based off of it. Like you make shirts. It'll be. I'm telling you, rock your sin. That's all I
That
got.
is a boy
He's a
thing.
Temple guy, too.
I
It
gotta
sounds
be.
like a boxer, bro. It sounds like a boxer.
Yeah, I
like
know.
Hakeem Rahman, yeah.
Yeah,
You remember him?
it's like,
You know,
yo, hell yeah. When he won the title,
hey, you know another thing too. You know, Hakeem Rahman went to Randallstown High School for a little bit.
He's a
For real?
Baltimore boy.
Yeah, small
Yeah.
world. He
yeah,
actually
they
went to high
shut the
school.
city down when he won the championship.
Yep.
They had a parade and shit for him. I remember.
My dad said he saw one of his earliest fights, dude, and he said he just murdered this guy. Like, it was like when you, like, you know, because he was obviously a top level boxer. It was like on his come up. And he is like some boxing ring in Glen Burnie. He said he'd never seen. He used to watch boxing a lot. It's like, what, you know? He's like, that was some other shit.
Yeah, you know, I'm worried about cornerback, but I really think that we're gonna be okay. Something tells me we're gonna be fine. Something tells me we're gonna be fine.
That's fucking being optimistic.
I don't.
Rocky Sin.
I am being a little
I
optimistic.
know.
About it.
I'm hoping Rocky Sin's good.
I think
like
man,
like,
he's
why
giving
didn't
me
we grab
Sharif
Anthony
Strike
Edwards?
vibes, man. Frank Walker.
We could have got
vibes.
Anthony. Oh, Frank Walker! Don't say that. Oh shit,
bro. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna hold.
Oh,
I hate
no.
to say it. Hey, I
You've
hate
seen
to
him up
say it,
close, yeah.
bro.
Frank Walker on our show.
And y'all had Frank. Wow. Oh, no comment, but yeah. I'm gonna just go ahead.
Never
with
talked to
Sharif,
Frank
bro.
Walker, Josh. Just stop that shit.
I didn't say we talked to Frank Walker.
Oh,
I
we
said
don't bring
Frank
up.
Walker. We don't
Yeah,
talk
we don't
about
bring
him.
up-
He was the worst corner in Ravens history.
Yeah, but no. That's what I'm saying though, Josh. Like, I'm hoping that it gets better, but you got to think about it. Like,
You went Frank Walker though.
How's Kyle Kelly looking? Because I like him at Stanford. Because I'm a Cal fan. You look.
I don't think he practiced today. I ain't see him out there.
Okay, because I watched him at Stanford. He impressed me at Stanford, and I thought he was going to be a pretty good pickup when the Ravens got him. I was like, yeah, I'm impressed with this kid. But
I mean, I like him too, but I don't know what it is. I feel like maybe y'all can answer this too. I feel like some Raven fans, they just ungrateful. Like, they just ready to, this player's bull crap, and like, you gotta see what he got. You know what I mean? Because like, let's be for real. For instance, what's the dude name? Arian Foster, undrafted running back. Who would like any undrafted top player in the league right now? Who would have thought they would be nice? You feel me? Like, let's see what. Like, I hope we get Shamar Bridges a chance. You know what I mean? We don't know what we got. You know what I mean? But
as much as I want to give Bridges a chance, he's not cracking that wide receiver room. That's going to be the hardest room to crack this year. And that's crazy saying that as a Ravens fan and somebody that covers the team in the manner that we do. And me and Josh talk about it all the time, Trippy, that this is going to go from one of the easiest rooms to make to one of the hardest.
Yeah.
You got four former first round picks in that room right now. You got OBJ, Zay, Bateman, actually 5, Aguilar and Treadwell. That's 5 first round.
You should have just said 4, man.
There.
Don't even say 5. Just say 4 because I don't think number 5 making the team.
Really?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I think Treadwell's going to.
He looks good.
Treadwell's going to make the team.
How about Odell Beckham today talking all that smack?
Hey, we got a lot of love for Odell here.
Said if I would have been healthy during that Super Bowl, I would have beat the Bengals.
Hey, I believe it.
I don't disagree.
I love the fact that he's ingratiating.
See that today?
I like Odell though. Like I thought. Well, when Lacey told me he was coming to Baltimore, she said he gonna love me. But you know how some play it like.
Shout out to Lacey too, by the way.
Yeah, Lacey. I love Lacey. She a good one.
Lacey DeCosta. That's a good girl right there. She's
yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Penn State too. I think that's why Kyle said it. But you know.
Yeah. I had to throw it. I had to throw one out there.
Right. But damn, what I was just saying though. Hold up. What I was just talking about. My bad, y'all.
Talking about the receiving situation with Odell. Yeah.
Odell Beckham. Like, for him to be a superstar, I never thought like he know who I am now. Like, not even like I'm happy like that. You know what I mean? Because he can easily go about his business and be like, but for him to show me love, and he not that type of person like a Marlon Humphrey. Like, Marlon Humphrey got me blocked on Twitter. Marlon Humphrey really don't even talk. You know what I mean? It's just like for Odell to come in here and show Trippy love, like that's love. You feel me?
That's funny. He's got you blocked on Twitter.
Odell, I'll tell people all the time that it seems like Odell, he always has his ears to the streets. He always is gonna show love to wherever he is.
That's funny.
He comes when he was in LA. You saw Odell in South Central. You saw Odell all over the place. Like, he was going to places that nobody was going to. He comes to Baltimore. He's already ingratiated himself in the community, already showing people love on social media, already doing these things to be a Raven, having that camp. That's a huge thing. Matt was at the camp.
Yeah, shout out to Matt, man. I love that, Matt. That was a good look, man. You help out the kids, man.
It was a good time, man. It was hot as hell out there, and he learned a Trippy. He learned the park kite strut, and he did it.
My man Shaggy was out there. You know what? I actually set that up because what happened was, and Shaggy had to call me. He was like, "Man, Trip, I ain't even gonna lie, man. I gotta thank you because I know that was part of you." But what I did was, Shag, my man. So when I found out Odell coming, I know Odell like to dance. I said, "Hey, Shag, send me a video of you dancing in the bank. I'm gonna tag Odell." And later on that day, Odell followed him. You feel me? But
that's tough.
Odell, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm putting Odell down with the Baltimore lingo, man. I got a new word for him.
I had him say dummy.
He started saying it.
I had him say it today, right? I had him say it today, but it was clear. I couldn't have my phone out. I was like, Odell, I got a new word for you, man. Well, he's like, what is it? I said, say what's up, stupid. So he's like, what's up, stupid? But I couldn't record it in time. And then he said he was gonna come holler at me at the practice, but he didn't though. And I told Zay too, I said, Zay, you gotta get down with the Baltimore, so you can tell they be watching because he looked around and was like, yeah, you feel me? So I mean, I love it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like when I go out of town, I used to hate like that, what's up, dummy and stuff, but I mean, it's like a little part of the culture now, you feel me? So I'm gonna just ride the wave, you feel me? He like it. It is what it is.
That's our action. We gotta look. I keep telling everybody now. We got every time I go. So my cousin is from Bethesda. He went to UMD, but he's from like down there. So he's always saying, like they got what do they say
Mo
down
and Bob and Slim.
Yeah.
I learned all the DC. I learned all the DC and PG lingo in prison.
Yeah, like Ja, like
what on the code,
Ja, like Mo.
What's up, Mo?
Yeah, I learned all that in prison. But
yeah, that Baltimore, you gotta take it wherever you go. That's as simple as that. Like I got my cousin out here saying dummy and yo all the time. Now he was in State College with us, like not too
I'm
far
sure
away
they love
from
him
us.
up there.
I had to put him on. Look, people don't know where we're from initially, and I'm like, we got to put people on. We got to show people that this is, that's the culture.
Look,
that's part Kyle, of the culture.
That video that was going.
Baltimore has a lingo too,
I had Sports Center hit me up, bro, and I'm like, is Sports Center really post that, bro? Baltimore lingo was gonna be on the map now. Like
it should be.
Don't get me wrong, because when I be on different like Clubhouse and I listen to young Baltimore people talk, sometimes I do say to myself, like, damn, we do talk a little funny, but it's like I understand it ain't like we talking Chinese. No, I ain't making fun of the Chinese people or nothing, but you know what I mean? It ain't like what? I said two. What you say? Two. Like, you understand? I said
two.
You know what I mean?
I said like the other day, I was like, I said something. I was like, somebody asked me something and they were like, who said it? I was like, you. And they were like, what? They were like, what, yo? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
they say we drag our U's and ooze out.
Yeah. It's only sometimes because I'm from Randallstown, so we don't really got it as much as everybody else. But like we got it. But
Trippy's from the village. He's got it.
Yeah, I grew up right. I went to
my accent's strong, yo. Like when I be on Twitter, bro, it's actually this one dude. He be like, "Hey, Kicker, go ahead with all that Baltimore bonnets," and I be like, "Bro, you gotta chill, bro, because like I might laugh at it because I mean I make fun of my accent too. Like it's funny, you know what I mean? I might have somebody say, "Yo, can you say two?" I drag it in 222 Hulu, Blues Clues, what it do? You know what I mean? Blues Clues, you know. That's how I got old out to say blue and two. You know what I mean? Like so.
We've been going for about an hour and 10. We're gonna wrap the show up with some predictions. I want to get a prediction for the season from everybody on the panel, and I want to get a bold prediction. So, Josh, I'm gonna start off with you, buddy. What is your early prediction for the season, and what is a bold prediction for the season? You're on mute, buddy.
Oh, shit.
Josh, you're on mute.
All right, I'm unmuted now, bro. Chill. Look, I think we're going to struggle early, because there's going to be growing pains. And we're all going to get nervous. We may even lose a game. We shouldn't have. Some shit may happen like that. But I think in the end, it's all going to click. We're going to get hot. Lamar's going to go on a run in the playoffs. It's going to come back to Baltimore where it belongs. And I hope Plunkett sucks.
Plunkett? Jim Plunkett?
I'm about to
What's
say
his name is
Plunkett,
up in
huh?
Pittsburgh. The dude up in Pittsburgh. What's his name?
Oh, I got a new
Pick
name
it.
for him, y'all. We
Flick
call
it.
him Kenny Four Gloves because I heard he wearing 4 gloves this year. Not 2. He going from 2 to 4. So we're gonna see what's up with him.
All right, Brian. What
right.
is your bold prediction and what is your season prediction?
Okay, my bold prediction, because Trippy, when you left, you were like away for a minute. I was like, Rock Ya-Sin's gonna be the shit. He's going to the Pro Bowl and all this stuff. And then you pop back on and you were like, yeah, Rock Ya-Sin is playing like Frank Walker. And I was like, oh, okay. So my bold prediction is Rock Ya-Sin is gonna have a breakout season with the Baltimore Ravens, and he's gonna have five plus interceptions. And then my prediction for the year, I think the Ravens are going to win the division. I think we're going to go into the playoffs heavy favorite. I think we're going to be one of those hot teams going in. And however, we got to handle it. We got to handle it, like professionals, like a $50 million quarterback should handle it. Boom.
All right, Trippy, what is your prediction for the season and what is your bold prediction?
I'm gonna stick with mine. I got us going 13-4. My bold prediction is I got a few, but I'm gonna just give one. I'll give a couple more out like during the next shows. David Ajabo, double sacks this year. 10 plus sacks this year.
Ooh,
David Ajabo. That's my bold prediction.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, I didn't get a bold prediction, bro.
Do your bold prediction, damn it. You were on mute for the first half of your prediction anyway.
Oh, yeah. Tyler Linderbaum. Look, listen. Tyler Linderbaum's going to be the first center to be the Super Bowl MVP.
What the fuck?
That's weird. Kyle.
That man is smoking moon rock. That's crazy. I love the O-line, but that's wild.
Kyle, what's your prediction, buddy?
12-5.
That is some wild shit there, Joshua.
Winning the division at 12-5. I think it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out fight for the division.
12-5.
Zay Flowers, offensive Diet Pepsi Rookie of the Year. If that still exists. I don't know if it still exists because you remember Flacco won that and Matt Ryan won the AP Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that was weird.
But I could see Zay not winning the AP only because you know how things go. It's like they got it's too much stuff going on with quarterback. Like quarterbacks, you only got to if you play semi well, you're winning the Rookie of the Year as a quarterback. But Zay, I could see him having 1,000-yard season to start his career off. I got him getting 8 touchdowns. He and I could see one of those touchdowns. I'll throw this out there. One of those touchdowns is going to be a rushing touchdown because he's going to catch. He has the ability to just be a weapon in any sense of the matter. And I think that offense is going to be humming this year. I think Lamar throws for 4,500 yards. So that's another bold prediction. He's throwing 30-plus touchdowns this season. You can book that, bet it, throw that money on the line right now. If you don't do it, you're crazy. If you don't have the Ravens having a top 5 offense this season, you're crazy. I'm saying that right now. Ravens offense is top 5. I think their defense is like 16th, 17th. I'm not trying to throw shade at the defense because I really appreciate the work that they've been trying to put in with Mike McDonald is a genius defensive coordinator. Because at first when they got rid of Wink, I was like, dang.
60 minutes, Mike.
Yeah, when they got rid of Wink at first, I was like, dang, that's crazy. I don't know why they got rid of Wink. And Mike went through his growing pains. He sure did, but he learned every step of the way he made adjustments. And that's what you got to like out of a defensive coordinator. I just think the cornerback situation is a little rough. That's why I think it's going to be the 16th ranked defense or 17th ranked defense. So they got the talent at pass rush, though.
That's fair. I'm going to wrap up the show. I'll let Adam give his Ravens prediction as a Steelers fan in a second. But I think we're going to go 13-4 this year.
I
I think we're going
think-
to win the AFC North. We're going to win the AFC North for sure.
Mhm.
And my bold prediction is that by week 1, either Chase Young or Kendall Fuller will be a Raven, and Patrick Queen will be in Washington.
Damn.
You about to make me cry, Matt.
Trippy, you
This
were
dude-
wanting to say something?
I don't. I mean,
Trippy, you did the hand wave. Does that mean you wanted to speak?
oh no, this the 4. Cause this all I'm doing all season. Zay Flower was throwing up the 4s. You feel me? Matter of fact, I just came up with an idea.
I thought you wanted to
right?
speak. I was like
bad.
next.
No. I just came. My bad. I just came up with an idea, right? So when Zay Flowers sign autographs, he don't. You know how like he don't sign his whole name. He just do Z4, right? I think I'm gonna come up with a Z4 sign. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I like that.
Adam, go ahead and tell us your predictions as a Steelers fan,
We
buddy.
got T-shirts coming, by the way. I'm just letting y'all know.
the whole
All right, let me know, bro.
the whole
I
AFC
support.
North is going to have over 10 wins. I think the Steelers and Ravens are both going to be 12-5. I think Cal Hamilton's in the 8 interceptions.
8? That's lofty, but
I ain't
I'll
Living
take it.
bold, I know. Are you shaking your head on the Cal Hamilton record?
No, I'm not. I
That's-
like that.
No, I
That's
was shaking that. I was shaking my head when you said the Ravens and Steelers gonna go 12-5.
Yeah.
Well, here's my and then like the AFC East and the AFC West are going to be miserable.
I can agree with that.
So much competition in those divisions with all the quarterbacks.
Mhm.
I think the AFC North is going to be like the most wins, but not the strongest division.
There you have it, folks. Before we let everybody go, I want to thank all you guys for joining the show. Adam, thank you for putting this together. Brian,
I do too.
Kyle,
You guys are awesome.
Brian and Kyle, you guys are always great. Looking forward to your guys' shows.
Thanks, guys.
Trip, let everybody know where they can find you on social. We're gonna let everybody plug your socials, what you guys got going on before we head out of here.
All right. You can find me on Instagram. All you gotta do is type in trippy_kicker Instagram. Oh, I did say Instagram. I'm sorry. Instagram, Twitter, the same thing. You can find me on TikTok, trippykicker1. And I'm just looking forward to giving out more Ravens content. I got some new stuff coming up this year, so just make sure y'all follow the social media page, and I got something good coming for y'all.
There you have it. Kyle,
All right.
where can everybody find you, brother?
All
That's
right,
what
you
I
can
like to
find me
hear,
at,
man.
at Kyle J Andrews _ on Twitter. I also we got our podcast coming soon on Driving to the Top Productions. That's Capital Crossover Podcast. It's a Wizards podcast. You can follow us at Capital Cross Pod on Twitter. And then we're trying to, like I told everybody, we're trying to get some T-shirts out there. My boy Miles, he made those Oreo shirts that said "How about them O's, dummy?" We're putting those out. I'm
Bro, I
trying to
need
get
one of them, bro.
Yeah, I
need
got
one
you.
of
I'll
them.
put you on. Send it
Yeah.
right to you after. Well, I'll send you the link.
Hey, you got 4X?
Yeah, I can make 4X. Look, Miles, he got
All right, shit.
look all the way up to 5X if I'm not mistaken. We're
All
about
right,
to be
shit,
looking
man,
like
I'm
them
game.
franchise boys back in 05.
I got it.
We got the big shirts. So yeah, we got
Oh,
you.
yeah. All right. Shit. Thanks.
Brian,
You can send
where
me
can
one.
we
I'll
find you,
sport
my
it.
man?
Hey, look, we'll even make Steelers shirts for you. I don't care. Now my boy
No,
will.
we ain't doing all that.
Can't
Toilet
say
paper?
what's up, Steelers dummies. They ain't gonna know what's up with that.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Brian, where can we
Um,
find you on social, brother?
So I can be found on Instagram as well, Noble Sports at Noble Sports. Also on the Twitter space here, Noble Sports with the H. And then I'm YouTube, same thing. I'm on the Driving to the Top YouTube channel. I do have my first episode of Noble Sports on the course at Clifton Park. We just did a filming last week. Me and 3 buddies went, played a round of golf. So and filmed it all and putting it together now, and I think it's going to be a hit. And going to try and do those throughout Baltimore and throughout the local area. So look out for that.
I heard
Josh,
your Twitter
my-
space. I'm
my
gonna come
man.
holler at you on the Twitter
All right.
spaces, Brian.
Cool, man.
So, Josh, where can everybody find you, buddy, on your socials as usual?
Oh, you can find me on Baltimore Sports on my Facebook page. That's where I interact. I don't know. My
Yes, he
Twitter is
does.
Josh Merrill, I think.
You know, it's Big
yeah, I
JDM 15, my man. Yeah.
And yeah, I need more people to add to my group because we're hit like a wall here. We ain't had no new members in a minute,
What
bro.
on Twitter?
On
On
Facebook.
All right, I got you. Yeah.
We'll
Baltimore
promote
Sports.
it. You know. So,
God damn, I was like,
Adam,
damn,
where
ain't
can
nobody
everybody
got
find
on
you,
this
man?
At Sports Talking It, you can read it right there underneath my name, underneath the pen movement, I guess. Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. Also driving to the Top, THEE, on Twitter. And I kind of am in control of many channels. But anyway, that's where you can find me. Cal, I can't wait to hear your show. I'm curious to hear it. Matt, always good shit. Brian, good shit. Trippy, nice meeting you finally.
Same to you, bro.
All right, guys,
Hey,
that's
Kyle,
a
I'm gonna
wrap.
send
You
that
Josh,
as soon as
probably
I
never
get
even
off,
heard of me.
Kyle.
Bet.
Josh,
All
sign
right,
us
man.
off, my man.
Let's shut this bitch down. This is Ravens Nation. If you ain't with the Ravens, then fuck off.
That's right. Let
That's
them know.
that's very inappropriate.
Peace.